Good evening. My name is Kintu Ivan. I'm broadcasting live here from Kampala, the heart of Kampala. Right now, I'm at HBT Hotel. HBT Hotel is just next to my office, and that's why I opted to come down here. Today has been a very beautiful day here down in Kampala, Uganda. We had some showers in the morning, and this evening is cloudy and a little bit cheery. But people are enjoying, having fun of the Monday evening, and that's why I stole some time and come to do this live broadcast. My broadcasts are from Monday to Saturday, and the time is East African time 21 hours, 30 minutes past to 22 hours. And of course, my broadcast is not about anything. My broadcast is about the billion coin. It's about this opportunity that the world needs, and it's about expanding this community of the billion coin. Today, during this broadcast, of course, I will go first of all to our source of information, which is the blog. You all know about this, and I'll first of all share about this new. I'll share about this new blog post that has been posted today. 27 by blog For Your Dreams, Living Our Best Life Today. Since March 2016, first cryptocurrency with user base billion coin. And here, all these words that I've been reading are written here on the side of the board, and it looks beautiful. It really looks beautiful. And down here we have a title: Change the World. The title is Change the World. Admin here has said something. Since we are a global community, we need enough time for the winners of the cruise contest to get visas to the countries we will be visiting on our anniversary cruise in March 2019. That's why September will be the last cruise contest. If you're going on this cruise as a winner, excuse me, or not, please visit a local travel agency experienced in getting people from your country the needed visas for the cruise that departs the US as soon as possible, because the process will take months for some. There are two qualifications to enter the contest to win a cruise in the month of September. One, you must either attend or view a weekly send button meeting. Now you have three choices. On Mondays, we have the English version, and on Tuesdays, we have the French and Hindi send button meetings. Don't miss these meetings. Two, you must do at least one approved broadcast per week, and the first broadcast needs to happen either on or before September 7th, 2018. Broadcasts empower you while lifting up the whole TBC community. Get your first broadcast done on the 7th or before, or you will not even be in the race to win the cruise. It's a minimum of 4 broadcasts spread out weekly in the month of September. In order to win, you have to be in either first or second place of producing paid recruits within the month of September and fully qualified as stated above. Both winners will get their own interior, interior staterooms on the cruise, and each room holds 2 passengers. So you can bring someone with you on the cruise. If you have already paid to go on the cruise, you will be given the equivalent value in the bitcoins as reimbursement. I strongly suggest you go ahead and purchase your cruise tickets now while the price is still low and the staterooms are still available. The ship is filling up fast. It's going to be a full field adventure for all. So, in this blog post, you see that admin is telling us, updating us on this cruise that is going to happen soon when we are celebrating our third anniversary, 2019. I know very many people have been warming up for this. Hi, Lawrence. How are you? How are you, Lawrence? I'm happy that you are watching. I'm happy that you are watching this uh, broadcast. I'm happy, Lawrence, that you are there. Thank you. So, uh, that's that. That's that. Those of you who have not visited this blog post, please make sure that you go and read it so that you acclimatize yourself with what admin is telling us to do. He's saying that some people will have to got a lot of time on them to to work on visas and other things. So that's why he's giving us a time frame in which we can do all this. So that is that about that blog post that I wanted to share with you. However, today also I intended to go through with you one other blog post that was done some time back, and I felt there is a need for us to go through this blog post together. And it has a title, Who is the Creator of the Billion Coin? It's a post and an article. This post was done on the April 15th, 2016, and it has some interesting readings here. Some persistent, some persist in asking, who is the creator of the billion coin? The answer is not that simple because the creation of the billion coin is a result of a team effort. So, collectively, the team has chosen to refer to the creator of the billion coin as Chris Kringle. Certainly, the spirit of the billion coin is embodied within this character, well known throughout the world. Within the mission of the release of this cryptocurrency to the world is the desire to lift all of humanity out of poverty. The stakeholders around the world certainly act like Santa's helpers in this grand mission. Membership within the TBC community will always be a free gift to all who desire it. Just like parents of small children all over the earth spread the spirit of Kris Kringle in the form of tangible toys and candies purchased with hard-earned cash. The buyers of the TBC coins use their hard-earned cash to play that role. Now, why I've chosen to go through this, it's very interesting. There are a lot of rumors around, and I found also this in my circles talking to people. Many people think that the billion coin belongs to Nigeria. It's a Nigerian stuff, so we cannot join it. La, 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 la. You know, that's sort of rubbish. Sometimes I refer to it as rubbish. And that's one of the reasons why actually I was like, okay, I need to go through this article and have it posted in testimonials. Probably some people who have not come across this or have not read it, they will look at this information and probably change their thinking or understand exactly who is the founder of this coin. It's interesting what admin actually says here, that the coin comes out of collective effort. The coin comes out of collective effort. So collective effort means what? It means that there are people that came together and probably started this project, each one contributing. Meaning you cannot attribute the creation of this coin to one person. We are yet to go through this article and we shall see whether this has to do anything to do with the Nigerians. Let's continue looking at the article. Who is the creator of the first cryptocurrency, Bitcoin? It is a widely accepted fact that nobody knows for sure who that person is. Either there are many reasons why the idea of cryptocurrency is protected by anonymity, and attached to this article is another article that does a pretty good job explaining that. Read below. Now, this is what we've been telling people, that the concept of cryptocurrencies, I can imagine if Nakamoto was an individual and all of us knew where actually he resides, what would have happened to this person? The disruption that Bitcoin has done, especially in the payment systems, if that was to be attributed to an individual, probably that individual would have already gone to meet his Lord. You get what I mean? And I'm happy here admin also cautions us that anonymity has so many reasons behind it. And this is what we should know when we are dealing with cryptocurrencies. Why Satoshi Nakamoto worked so hard to hide his identity. We may now know who Satoshi Nakamoto, the creator of Bitcoin, is, according to the Newsweek. He is reclusive 64-year-old Japanese man who lives in the Temple City, California. And Satoshi Nakamoto is his real name. He has reportedly denied being involved with Bitcoin. Newsweek portrays Nakamoto as secretive, reclusive, and a little paranoid. And certainly the awkward sense when Lee McGrath Goodman confronted Nakamoto in his driveway suggests that the man is genuinely uninterested in seeking the spotlight. But Nakamoto's decision to disappear from public view just as Bitcoin was taking off, wasn't just a reflection of his eccentric personality. It was essential to getting the currency to take off. Fiat currencies like Bitcoin are fundamentally built on faith. People treat a currency as a valuable because they expect others to consider it valuable. And for a decentralized currency like Bitcoin, that faith depends on a belief that the rules of the currency will be stable over time. For example, it is generally reported as a fact that there will never be more than 21 million bitcoins. But that fact is just a social convention. There will never be more than 21 million bitcoins because the Bitcoin community has agreed to a set of rules that does not allow more than 21 million bitcoins to be created. In principle, those rules could be changed. Bitcoin's success depends on people having confidence that the rules won't be changed in a way that will destroy the value of their holdings. This means that a strong leader would have been a liability in Bitcoin's early years. As Bitcoin's creator, Satoshi Nakamoto would have had a unique ability to change the rules of the game and get the Bitcoin community to accept the changes. Nakamoto's version of the Bitcoin software was Bitcoin by definition. As long as he was around, people would worry that he could make future changes that would destroy the value of their investments. Disappearing in an early 2011 helped to remove that potential impediment to Bitcoin's growth. Gavin Anderson, Nakamoto's successor as the leader of the Bitcoin project, is a smart and capable programmer, but he will never have the stature within the Bitcoin community that Nakamoto did. If Anderson tried to make dramatic, potentially harmful changes to Bitcoin, he would face a lot of resistance from the rest of the Bitcoin community. The lack of an official Bitcoin leader has also been an asset in the regulatory arena. A key argument for Bitcoin is that no one owns the Bitcoin network, which means there is no way to regulate it. Had Nakamoto's identity been known a year ago, he might have been dragged before Congress to testify at last fall's hearings on the future of Bitcoin. Nakamoto might have faced pressure from regulators to change Bitcoin to make it easier to regulate. But with Nakamoto out of the picture, the leaders of the Bitcoin community could truly say that no one had the authority to change Bitcoin's rules, that forced policymakers to accept the system the way it was and developed policies to accommodate it. If the man if the man Newsweek identified today proves to be the real Satoshi Nakamoto, the question is whether he is being away from the project long enough that Bitcoin will continue to be seen as truly outside anyone's control. I think the answer is probably yes. There is now a significant community of Bitcoin developers who have grown used to managing the currency without Nakamoto's input. They probably wouldn't defer to him the way they would have in 2011. But just to be on the safe side, it would be smart for Nakamoto not to rejoin the Bitcoin development community anytime soon. I think this is very, very important information for those of you that will watch this video. And I really encourage that you go and look at this blog as well, because this contains all the reasons why the founder of our coin also shouldn't be known. One, for security reasons, but probably also maybe would rethink the idea of the project, and that probably would bring quite a lot of issues, just like we have seen here in the blog post. If the man this week identified today proves to be the real Santosh Nakamoto, the question is whether he is been away from the project long enough that Bitcoin will continue to be seen as a truly anyone's control. I think the answer is probably yes. There is now a significant community of Bitcoin developers who have grown used to managing the currency without Nakamoto's input. They probably wouldn't defer to him the way they would have in 2011. But just to be on the safe side, it would be smart for Nakamoto not to rejoin the Bitcoin development community anytime soon. I love that. I really love that. You see, even the absence of this developer should pseudonymously referred to as Nakamoto. His absence actually has also given innovation around the currency that he created. Probably that if he was around, maybe all this kind of innovation around the currency wouldn't have happened. That's also another reason that his absence has let a lot of innovation around the currency pop up. I mean, which is a valid reason as well. Finally, admin here says, so when other people ask you, who is the creator of TBC, you can answer, it doesn't matter who, because TBC is a true cryptocurrency and it is completely decentralized. We never have to worry about company changing things or losing our money, because as a TBC coin owner, I have just as much rights as the next TBC coin owner, and the price of TBC only goes up. So, those of you that have been, saying this, saying that, this coin is from